Guys, today's video we are going to talk about a letter of explanation. Sometimes a lot of people talk about this letter. They call it a statement of purpose. Some people call it a motivation letter. To me, I call it a motivation letter because it is a letter that you write to motivate the visa official to give you the visa. And remember, when you are writing this letter, you should always keep in mind that there are two things that you need to do. Always stick to the fact that you are going to return to your home country from Canada when you finish your program, and remember that this letter is a convincing letter, so you must put it chronologically. Make sure your points are clear to the point so that they understand well. If you are new to the channel, subscribe guys, and do like this video for us, because if you like, YouTube is going to recommend to other people looking for similar stuff like this. If you don't know, my name is Milton. Thank you so much for stopping by. So today's video I'm going to be talking about a letter of explanation for your Canada study visa. Remember, I said it is for a study visa. Every letter, depending on the visa category you are applying for, has its own explanation. If you are moving to Canada as a student, as somebody, or let me say as a single individual, this letter has to be written in such a way that it shows that you are a single individual. If you are moving with on a course-based program, then you need to write this letter in such a way that it portrays the qualities of the course you are actually trying to follow. If you are moving with a family, then let the letter also portrays, it has a particular way you have to write. And of course, if you are moving on a scholarship, then you have to write this letter in a way that is going to suit your scholarship. But it's not difficult, it's not actually that different. But this sample I'm going to give to you is the sample that, if you listen to me, I'm telling you now that if you write this sample, if you follow this sample, you use it and you provide the other necessary documents that you need for your visa application, you are going to get the Canada study visa. Remember, I have always said that this channel is for broke people, so please write this letter as if it is your last oxygen you are breathing in. Now let's go to the letter of explanation. When you are writing a letter, there are key points that you need to note on it. All right, I'm going to be taking a look at my jotter so that I don't forget anything. Remember that I said this letter depends on who you are addressing it to. Now, who are you going to be addressing the letter to? You are writing it to the Canadian officials, all right, to the visa officer of the Canadian High Commissioner or Commission. It depends on where you are. If you have the Canadian embassy where you are going to be applying for the visa, then that is fine. Now, the next thing you need to write on the letter, all right, or let me say the Canada the letter to convince the visa official is their name and your address. Now remember, this is very important. You are not writing your name and your address because you just like to write the name and your address, all right. Remember, I must be on this left side of the paper, all right, where you are going to write directly below it. You now address it, dear sir, madam. Okay, this is how you write a letter. I hope you understand. Make sure that your name and your address must be written. Then immediately after you've written all of this, you now go to your educational background. Remember, your educational background here, I mean, if you are going in for a diploma program, then you should equally state your educational background. If you are applying for maybe a BSc program, then you should explain that you already have an MSc or maybe a BSc program. If you are going for PhD, also state that you already have a bachelor's and a master's. All right, I hope you understand. But now there is a trick here. A lot of people would think that if they say that they are going in for a diploma program, whereas they already have a bachelor's degree, their visas will be rejected. No, your visa is rejected because you didn't write what the visa official wants to see. You did not document enough proof that you are going to return to your home country. You did not document enough proof that you have a lot of money to take care of yourself, and probably your documents were not properly arranged. That is the reason why your visa is rejected. People are studying in Canada that are 50 years and above, so please note that if your visa is rejected, is because of the above reasons, not that you did not, maybe you have a PhD and you are going in for a diploma program, or you have a PhD and you are going in for bachelor's. No, careers do change. You can decide that you want to change your career, but again, I'm going to guide you with this letter. So now that is your educational and background, all right. You have to state all of this, what you already have and what you are going in for. Now after your educational background, you need to state your family family, all right, your family and sponsorship details. How many people are in your family? Do you have two siblings? Do you have a father? Do you have a mother? Where do they live? Do they live in Nigeria? Do they live in Ghana? You state all of this. This is your family details. Do you have how many sisters do you have? Where do they live? Are they in school? Explain this in this particular paragraph. Remember, this is your family details. Then the next part now is going to be your sponsorship details. How do you intend to fund this program in Canada? And remember, there is one thing I always say, that when you are writing this letter, make sure that you always keep in mind that after the program you have to return back to your home country. So everything you are saying, make sure you always tie it back to your home country. Okay, do not, this is what they will be reading the letter and paying attention to, because they know, of course, you are going in there to remain, but convince them that you will return back to your home country. You have finished with remember, it's your family and sponsorship details. Now, you told them about your father. What is your father doing? Is he an educator? What is he doing? What is your mother doing? Have they been supportive to you? If they are, excellent. Do you have siblings? Are they still in school? So these are the things you need to pay attention to. Now, after you finish, you talk about how your father has been supporting you and now you want to study in Canada. Is it your father who is still going to be sponsoring you? No. Is it your mother? No. Is it your siblings? No. You are the one who is going to be sponsoring yourself. Excellent. Did you actually attach the documents that you need? Did you actually prove that you have a business? Is that business registered? Do you attach all the documents of that business to show that you have a business to cover up the money in your account? Because remember, proof of funds, 10K Canadian dollars is for 1 year, to show that you have money for 1 year to take care of your living expenses, before 1 year of your tuition fee, before maybe $2,000 for miscellaneous. That is your tuition fee. To put this together is running to close to like maybe 13 million naira, or maybe 14 million CFA francs. Do you have a business? How are you generating this money? How do you get this money? Do you have a job? Did you have pay slips of that job? You make sure you explain that you have a job and that is how it's giving you this money, and do not forget to attach those documents. All right, I hope you understand. That is your family and sponsorship details. Now you go to the next thing. Why are you doing this particular course, or how is the course relevant to your prior education? Let's assume that you are doing business management or business and project management. All right, let's assume that you already have a bachelor's degree, right, in maybe education or maybe psychology. Now you are going in for 1 year diploma program in business and project management. How is this course related to what you have done before? Of course, remember, I always say, put at the back of your mind that you must return to your home country. Now you are doing business and project, you are going in for business and project management. You want them to give you a visa, right? First, you already have a bachelor's degree, which is bigger than the diploma you want to do. Of course, you have been studying in Liberia. You already told them that you have a business, and in front of you are managing, remember, and you are going to attach the documents. So now, business and project management. Business will help you proceed in your business, right? Project management will help you gather small projects around, which in turn is going to help your business thrive better. Do you see the connection here now? So though, despite the fact that you are you did political science, but because you have been in business for the past 2 or 3 or 4 years, this is the reason why you are going in for business and project management. I hope you now see the correlation here. So you have to explain why you want to do that particular course and make sure you tie it to your prior education. I hope you understand. Now, why did you choose Canada? Remember, you have to follow this procedure, and if you follow this method I'm giving you, you would come back here and say, Milton, thank you for what you did. Now, why did you choose Canada? You have UK. You can go to the UK and study. You can go to the United States and study. You can go maybe to Australia. You can go to Belgium or Germany. Why did you choose Canada? You must be able to explain the reasons why you actually decided to study in Canada, not in these particular countries. Is it maybe the offer, or maybe is it because of the availability of opportunities? No. Is it because of the knowledge they are going to give you, or what they are going to make of you in future, or how they are going to make you become in future? Is it because of the knowledge they are going to give you to manage your business while you return to Liberia? You need to explain all of this. Is it because of security? Is it because Canada is safe? Explain all these details and make sure you find very convincing reasons to put them down. All right, they are very, very important. Remember that I said I am looking at my jotter so that I don't forget. Now, when you explain the reason why you actually choose this particular country, you have to now go to why you choose this particular college. Now, remember, I'm explaining based on the fact that you are going for a 1-year diploma program. Remember, I said this is for broke people. All right, this is not for expensive people, because I always make sure that my community, I know I am broke, so I know you too watching this video, you are broke, you are looking for a better life. Of course, yes, it's true. So I consider us all broke people. Now, why did you choose this college? Why this college? Why did you decide to go to Niagara College? Why did you decide to go to the community college in New Brunswick? Why didn't you go to other universities? Why didn't you choose the University of Manitoba? You have to explain this. Remember, at the above point, remember over there at the section of the family and sponsorship details, you explain that you have a business. Always link this so that they know that as soon as you finish the program, you are going to return back home. Why did you choose the college? Explain with respect to the program and what the program is going to instinct in you that other colleges do not have. Just look at a list of some colleges that do not have this particular program that you want to study, and explain why you choose that college and what the program is going to instill in you is going to be in connection to your business. Always link the program you are studying to your business, because you want them to understand that you are actually a business person. That is why you are moving in there with a business mindset, that after the program you would return back home. I hope you understand. After you finish with why you choose the college, then you now talk about what your future plans are. What are your future plans? All right, immediately remember, one of the reasons you are writing this letter is to convince them to give you the visa, because after that you have to exit Canada. They are giving you because they know after the 1 year you have to exit Canada, or after the 2 years you must exit Canada. Remember, you must state the reasons, your future plans. What do you intend to do? Do you intend to open a company? Remember, above you told them that you have a business. Right now, you also need to explain. Tell them you want to expand the business. Tell them you want to go into the community to carry out projects. Tell them you want to open another company. Tell them you want to go into the agricultural sector. Tell them you equally have small businesses you need to come back home to look after. These are called family ties, or ties back home, and this is very essential. If you don't put this, you will never get the visa. Tell them you need to leave Canada immediately when you finish your program. Tell them about your travel history. You have traveled to countries and returned back home without overstaying there. All right, if you have visas like that in your passport, print them out and attach to the section of the application. I hope you understand. These are home ties, like I'm explaining to you, and equally tell them that you want to stay close to your family. Remember, somewhere above you told them of your brothers, your sisters that are in school. You told them of your father who is retired, that is in Liberia or Ghana or Cameroon. You told them of your mother who is a private teacher but not earning much and he cannot support you. That is why you are taking upon yourself to sponsor yourself from your business, and you also intend to expatiate that business and maybe open another company in another part in Liberia. Always make sure that they know that you will return back to your home country. This is family ties, or ties back home. I hope you understand. Then when you finish with all of these, you are good to go. Then the final section now is the final appeal and the conclusion. You tell them that with all this, you hope that you are going to get the visa. All right, then you say thanks at the end of the day. Remember, if you have had scholarships before, you explain to them. If you have carried out community projects and the projects are not finished, or maybe if your company or if you work, right, you supply documents to prove that you work. Supply documents or pay slips to show that you earn a salary. If you are not going to be sponsoring yourself, or if you don't have a business and you want to sponsor yourself from your salary, show them that you have been working. Let them understand that you've been working for a long time, 2 years, 2.5, 3 years, 4 years. Or maybe if the company is sponsoring you, let the company also give you a leave letter, a leave to go and study. Let them write a letter to show that you are going to go and study. You want to leave to go and study. It is very important. In this case, your proof of funds should be coming from the company, or probably from people that work in the company. I hope you now see the correlations. Please always make sure that these people understand that you would return back home. I hope you get it. For the address, make sure that when you are writing your name, your address, and all the rest, you shouldn't forget at the very top of this letter, you shouldn't forget to mention the duration of the program. How long is the program? I talked about 2 years. Is your program 2 years? Is your program 1 year? A 1-year program? Do not forget that. Explain that. If you know when exactly your program is going to finish for you to exit Canada, mention that. Do not forget the location of your university. It is very important. Which province is your university? Is it in New Brunswick, or Toronto, or Calgary, all right, or Quebec, or is it Ontario? Make sure you mention all of these. They are very important at the very top section where you are writing your name, your address, and all the rest. All right, introducing. I hope you say you know what you are going to do. My name is this of passport number this. I recently got admissions into this. Do not forget to mention, to tell them that you were asked to pay just $1,000 in order to apply for the visa, and you have paid. You have attached a receipt. Do not forget that. Do not forget that to mention that you were asked to pay $500 to apply for the visa before. Do not forget that. Tell them the location. Tell them if the program is a diploma, a 1-year diploma. I already explained the duration, right? If it's a degree, tell them if it's a 1-year diploma. Explain. Give the name of the course, all right? Give the name of the program. Very important. Make sure you put these things in order, in this order that I've given you. This last part is supposed to be at the very top, all right? The very first section. So I believe that with this, you are good to go. With this, you are good to go. I'm telling you, if other documents correlate, but like I said, ties back home are very important. If you do not write these things, you will never get the visa, guys. Most of you are telling me, Milton, getting a visa is difficult. Getting a visa to the USA is difficult. Getting it to Canada is difficult. It is not difficult. It is the way you document your stuff. It is the way you are putting your stuff. It is the way you are applying for your stuff. All right, because that is why I always say that even if an agent wants to do an application for you, let the agent do the admissions, and you yourself, you sit down and do the visa application. If you rush over things like this, you will never get it. I'm telling you these things. These are not things to rush over things. All right, these are not the things to rush over. You must sit down and provide the details very well, detailedly. Do not tell people that you are going to be sponsoring yourself. You are not showing them any proof of where you are getting money. It is not, how did the money land into your account? No, it is not proper. Tell them how you got the money. If possible, show them proofs. Okay, I hope you understand. Other videos, you can watch them equally to gain knowledge from this. Till we meet again in another one.